Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel for another video. And as you can see from the title below, today we will work on many different things JavaScript is able to do to strings. And before we get to do anything, please do make sure you subscribe to my channel, which ensures having unlimited knowledge in the palm of your hand. I repeat, unlimited. So please do consider it. After all, it is free to subscribe. I'll demonstrate a few examples of escaping literal quotes in strings, concatenating strings, using the plus operator, appending strings to variables, finding the length of a string, and lastly, using bracket notation to find the different characters in a string. And I will discuss everything further into the video. Since strings are within quotes, what if you want to quote the exact words said by someone? With JavaScript, it is possible to do that by using the backslash, and make sure you don't confuse the backslash with the slash. The difference between the two is just that they face opposite directions. This is the backslash and this is the slash. That's the only difference between the two. Don't confuse yourself between the two. And when you use the backslash to escape literal quotes, that's what it's called. It's called escaping literal quotes, as I did mention in the bio or intro. Sorry for that. So let me show you an examples of escaping literal quotes. Escaping literal quotes using the backslash. Literal quotes. So first of all, I'll have to declare the variable. So let's call the variable escaping, or declare it as escaping, and make it have a value of. So since we want to quote what exactly what someone said, we'll have to think of. Let me think of something. Okay, so I'll say MatrixCodeBreaker said something. So MatrixCodeBreaker said, and then the comma, and then the quote of what is being quoted. So quote, another quote, and then the quote of the string. Yes, and then the backslash before the quote, and then another backslash before the quote, like that. And then this is where the content is of what is being said. So MatrixCodeBreaker said, let's go with something along the lines of coding. So MatrixCodeBreaker said coding is amazing. Something simple, amazing, and then don't forget to put in the punctuation at the end of the sentence. So now let's put this in the console so we can see how this is looking. And the bracket is always the semicolon, and then the content and escaping, and then let's save this and see how it looks. Okay, let's reload, and then you do see it says MatrixCodeBreaker said coding is amazing. So that's how you escape literal quotes. Now we move on to concatenating. I'm just gonna write it there so you can see how it is spelled. Sorry about that. So concatenating is simply joining strings together using the plus operator or the plus sign. So concatenating can be done in 3 different ways, which is the basic way by declaring your variable and putting a plus operator between the 2 strings, or 3. Doesn't really matter how many strings you want to put. Let's just go with 2 for the purpose of the video. So let's start by declaring it. So let 1 equal a string. So it will be a string plus a string. Okay, I forgot my E there. So let 1 equal MatrixCodeBreaker. I'll use this word over and over along this exercise, along this video, just to not waste time on having to find words, because the most important is the content, right? So MatrixCodeBreaker, and then let's save this. But then before we can see how it looks in the console, let's just complete all of them. and then your thing. So now we are done with all the 3 ways of concatenating. Let's see how this looks in the console. So we go in. So okay, sorry about that. The laptop is kind of acting up, but nevertheless. So you do see everything worked besides the second one. Let's go see what's the issue over there. Let code breaker. Oh, okay, I see. I didn't add them. So 3, 2. So it's supposed to be 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3, and then now you will see it will work. Okay, let's just open the. I'm sure now it will work. Okay, so there's something wrong at line 50. Okay, so let's see how it is now. It should work now, and yes, it did work. And now we move on to appending variables to strings. So I did say this was an example of appending, well, a basic example of appending. Not really appending as yet, but we will do that. So since we are appending strings to variables, we have to declare the first variable, which I will name 5, and give it some content, and I'll use the string matrix again, and then now we need to append it. So an example of appending is when you put in the name of the variable and then plus equal codebreaker, or the whatever you would like to add to the variable named 5, which for me is codebreaker. And that's all about appending. So now we move on to finding the length of a property. So the length of a variable. So we can also find the length of a string using the .length property after the variable. So let's move on here. And now we put in the name of the variable with the property .length, so that the console can be able to tell us the name or the length of the length. So this will be able to find the length of the string, and let's go to our browser and see how this looks. So it will give us a number of 17, which is accurate because there are 17 characters in the word MatrixCodeBreaker. So now that's that about finding the length of the string. Now we move on to using bracket notation to find the different characters of a string. We can use bracket notation to find the first and last letters of a string, or even letters in between the word of the string. Doesn't really matter. So here below this comment is bracket notation. Get the strings, the quotations. So MatrixCodeBreaker. Okay, so that's that. Now we want to find before we can actually find the length of a string, I just have to tell you something real quick. Computers count from the number 0 going forward, so they don't count from 1 like us. So it's not 1 2 3 4, they count 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and so on and so forth. So now to find the first letter, all we have to do is put in the brackets. So the brackets, and then put in a number. So a bracket and then put in 0. That's to find the first letter. After putting in 0, we can now check what the value will be. Since 0 will be finding the first letter of the string, so let's save this and go see how it looks on the browser and see what will be given to us. It should be F, let that load, and M it is. So now let's say you want to find the last letter of that string. So let's just use the same, actually it's fine, let's make another method. So console.log length, I didn't put in the length, so 7.length minus 1. Length. So all we had to do is just put in the name of the string. So now let's say I would like to find this character B, MatrixCodeBreaker, right here. So what I have to do is put this in again. So then once I've put this in, I paste this and then 7 and then write in the variable again. So 7 dot length minus, let's see how back it is. So it's 1 2 3 4. Okay, let's just go with another number. So let's just go with any random number, let's say -7, and we see what our value will be. Did I save that? Yes, and now you see that it's 7. And yeah, that's how you find the different characters in a string. And that was about it. And that is the end of the video. Shout out to you if you made it this far through the video. You are really appreciated. If you found this video informative or you simply just enjoyed the video, please do give the video a like. Please do share the video with a video or channel with your friends and family if you'd like to spread the knowledge. Do subscribe to stay up to date with my content. And lastly, thanks for watching. MatrixCodeBreaker out.